Hello everyone and welcome to our weekly comic preview, the show where we will fill you in on a couple of our selected comics that are arriving in store this Wednesday.
First up this week we have the Chimera Brigade issue 1. Set in a world that resembles a cross between the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and BPRD, the year is 1938 and a new generation of superhumans has taken over the capital cities of Europe. As the continent teeters on the edge of war, Russian soldiers wear massive suits of armour known as mechanoids, and officers from the Third Reich are seemingly undead. Full of memorable characters and alternate history twists, this series is packed with intrigue, mystery and philosophy. For our second comic this week, we have issue 1 of the Clone Conspiracy. In this first of 5 issues titled Dead No More, we see one of Spider-Man's greatest foes, the Jackal, seemingly returned from the dead to once again wreak havoc on Peter Parker's life. Offering Spider-Man's foes the chance to reunite with their lost loved ones in exchange for loyalty, the Jackal recruits Rhino, the Lizard, Electro, and even Dr. Octopus to help take the Web Warrior down. Facing a who's who of his greatest enemies, things are looking bleak for Spider-Man, and as the mystery of the Jackal's return deepens, several other faces from Spidey's past begin to reappear. Next, we have the first issue of the Great Lakes Avengers. In this issue, we see everybody's least favourite superhero team return, featuring Flatman, Big Bertha, Mr. Immortal, Doorman, and the newcomer, Good Boy. The story begins with Flatman discovering a legal loophole that allows the team to be reinstated as permanent members of the Avengers. As a result of their reinstatement, the team is uprooted from Milwaukee and sent to the city of Detroit. Tasked with cleaning up the mean streets of Detroit, can this team of misfit superheroes answer the call, or will the Motor City prove too much for the GLA? Fourth in line, we have the first issue of a 6-part story with James Bond Hammerhead issue 1. Assigned to hunt down and eliminate a radical anti-capitalist named Kraken, Bond races against the clock to prevent Britain's newly upgraded nuclear arsenal from falling into the wrong hands. However, not all is as it seems, and hidden forces are plotting to rebuild the faded glory of the once mighty British Empire. Threatening to take by force what was consigned to history, 007 must decide whether he will allow these shadowy forces to complete their goals or break his loyalties and challenge his allegiances in order to do the right thing. Fifth up, we have Reborn issue 1 from Image Comics. In this series, we see author Mark Millar ask the question, where do we go when we die? Fortunately, Miller has an action-packed, completely insane answer to this question. It's not heaven, it's not hell, it's somewhere else. A place where you have to fight if you want to survive, where people from the past are waiting for you, the good and the bad. Set in a sci-fi fantasy world where dragons and flying ships patrol the skies, the story follows a woman named Bonnie as she comes to terms with her new existence and is caught up in something much bigger than herself. Our sixth comic this week is Solo issue 1 from Marvel Comics. After 30 years as a supporting character, James Bourne aka Solo is finally getting his own solo series, with author Jerry Duggan saying fans should expect a spy comic with action, adventure and maybe some romance. The story begins with deadly alien weapons making their way into the hands of ordinary thugs, causing S.H.I.E.L.D. to hire Solo and send him undercover to locate the source. It's not long, however, before the teleporting mercenary's cover is blown and things start to heat up, leaving Solo wishing that maybe just once he had some backup. For our final comic, we have Warhammer 40,000 Will of Iron issue 1. Set in the universe of the ever-popular miniature game, novels and video games, this story follows the fearsome Dark Angels. As the Emerald Armoured Space Marines attack a previously inaccessible sector of space known as the Califax Cluster, it's not long before the forces of chaos are encountered and bloody battle ensues. With ancient relics, lost knowledge and powerful mega weapons on the line, it's up to the Emperor's most valued defenders of humanity to secure what they can before the forces of chaos completely overwhelm them. Perfect for both hardcore Warhammer 40,000 fans and newcomers alike, this ongoing series is lined up to be an epic action-packed adventure. One more thing before you go guys, this week we also received several extremely limited edition Stan Lee signed comics. Signed in gold pen, Silk issue 1 and Spidey issue 1 are both limited to 15 signed copies worldwide. And also in gold pen, but even more rare, we have Uncanny X-Men number 600, Invincible Iron Man number 1, and Civil War II number 1, each limited to only 7 copies worldwide. So if you consider yourself a Marvel superfan, come down to the store and check out our limited edition comic selection, as I'm sure there's something you'll like.
Okay, that's all our suggestions this week, everybody. For the full list of this week's comics, you can check out our Facebook page, and for regular updates on the store, you can follow our Twitter at the Geek-Aboo. Also, don't forget, next time you're in store, when you buy 3 to 4 comics, you'll get 10% off, and 5 or more comics will get you a whole 15% off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.